Hello, my name is Dr. Diarmuid Torney and I'm an Associate Professor in the School of Law and Government here in Dublin City University. I am co-director of the DCU Centre for Climate and Society and Programme Chair of our MSc in Climate Change, Policy, Media and Society. Thanks very much for tuning in to this webinar. In the next few minutes, I'd like to tell you a bit about why you should choose our MSc in Climate Change here in DCU, who would benefit from taking the programme, a bit about the course structure and requirements, career opportunities, and finally, how to apply if you're interested in submitting an application for the programme. So starting off with why you might choose our MSc in Climate Change. Firstly, it is the first and only social science focused Masters in Climate Change offered in Ireland. What does it mean to take a social science focused approach to climate change? That means that we focus on questions of policy, politics, law, governance, media, communications, society, and education. Students on the programme take a module on the science of climate change, but the predominant focus of the programme is on those societal aspects of the climate crisis and how we respond to it. Secondly, the programme is jointly delivered by the School of Law and Government and the School of Communications in DCU. Both of these schools are ranked in the top 200 universities globally in their subject areas. Thirdly, the programme is delivered by lecturers who have deep expertise and a passionate commitment to their topic. They undertake cutting-edge research and they bring the findings of that research to bear on their teaching on the Masters in Climate Change. To tell you a bit more about our work related to climate change in DCU, we recently established a new research centre called the DCU Centre for Climate and Society. And the work that we're undertaking within this centre is really underpinning the teaching that we deliver on the Masters in Climate Change. We were honoured recently to be joined by President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, who gave an inaugural keynote speech at our inaugural conference on climate change, launching the Centre for Climate and Society in early May. And the proceedings of that conference, the recordings of President Higgins's keynote address and all of the panel discussions throughout the day are available on the Centre for Climate and Society website. If you go to dcu.ie/climate, you'll find out more there. I've also included on the slide here two examples of the cutting-edge research outputs that we produce. You can see the cover image of our book, Ireland and the Climate Crisis, which we published in autumn 2020, co-edited by myself and my colleagues, Professor Pat Brereton and Dr. David Robbins. The other image you see there is the cover of a recent report that my colleague Sive O'Neill undertook with myself and colleagues in Community Law and Mediation, an NGO, on environmental justice in Ireland as it pertains to vulnerable and marginalised communities. But this is really just the tip of the iceberg. We're doing a wide range of research and engagement with society on the climate crisis here in DCU. So moving on to who will benefit from taking our MSc in climate change. We see the programme as of use to a range of different types of individuals, civil servants and public servants working in government at different levels of governance, local government, national government, international organizations in the area of climate change policy making. People working in organizations navigating the changing regulatory and legal environment as it pertains to climate change. The corporate sector is faced with an increasing array of laws, policies, regulations around climate change and sustainability. Employees in trade unions and NGOs will also benefit from taking the course. It'll strengthen their approach to advocating on the climate crisis. We also welcome recent graduates from a diverse range of disciplines, including science, engineering, communications, social and political sciences. So this program offers a great opportunity to specialize for undergraduates coming out of a diverse range of undergraduate degrees. Moving on then to the course structure and the entry requirements. So in terms of the structure, it's composed of 90 credits in total. That's made up of 4 core modules, 2 optional modules, and in the next slide I'll go into detail on what those different modules cover, what subjects they cover. Students also take a research methods module, which sets them up for undertaking a major piece of specialized individual research. And that research can take one of 2 pathways. It can be in the form of a traditional academic dissertation, but for students who are more interested in a more practice-oriented piece of work, students also have the option of taking what we call a capstone project, which is a practice-oriented piece of in-depth research where students try to answer a real-world problem pertaining to climate change. In terms of entry requirements, we require applicants to have an honours level 8 undergraduate degree in the Irish system or equivalent at H22 level or higher. Alternatively, we welcome applications from candidates who don't meet those traditional entry requirements, but who have significant relevant professional experience. And we welcome applicants from a diverse range of backgrounds. What's really important is that applicants have an interest in and a passion for the topic of climate change. That's the thing that unites the diversity of students we have on the program. Then delving into a bit more detail in terms of the course modules. So the core modules include modules on climate change policy and governance, on climate change in the media, climate change, the physical science basis. So that's that physical science module that I mentioned earlier on. And then there's a module on societal transition and climate change. And then the research methodology and the dissertation or capstone project. Then in terms of optional modules, you can see on the right of the screen there, a range of options. This gives students the opportunity to specialize by taking a number of modules that are tailored to their own interests. So we have modules focusing on different levels of governance from the city level right up to world politics, focused on different thematic areas, climate change law and education, modules on climate change, on environmental ethics and the political economy of the environment. So there really is a rich array of topics on offer and a diversity of lenses through which to examine and study the climate crisis. In terms of career opportunities, our graduates have gone on to climate and sustainability roles in a variety of organizations. Some have gone on to journalism and communications roles. Others have work in specialized sectors such as consulting, renewable energy sector, national and international public policy, and indeed local government, subnational policy making, advocacy roles, and finally further research. So there are a range of different career opportunities stemming from undertaking the Masters in Climate Change. Finally then, some details on how to apply. The first port of call is the DCU student application portal. The link is on the screen there. You can also find that through the DCU postgraduate portal on the DCU website. For an application, you are required to submit a personal statement, a statement of motivation for why you're applying for the program and why you think you're a suitable candidate, an up-to-date CV, academic transcripts from your previous study, and then, if applicable, evidence of English language competency. The deadline for applications is coming up quite soon. For non-EU applicants, it's just a few weeks away on the 1st of July. And for EU applicants, there's a slightly longer window for applications running up to the end of July, 31st of July. So thank you very much again for tuning in to this virtual presentation. We look forward to receiving your applications and hopefully also to welcoming you to DCU in the autumn. If you'd like more information, I've put my own email address on the screen there. I welcome inquiries by email. You can also find further details on the DCU postgraduate portal. If you're interested in finding out more about our research and engagement activities around climate change, you can look up the website of the DCU Centre for Climate and Society, and I've put that link also on the screen. So thank you once again for watching this webinar, and we look forward to receiving your applications.